In our last video, we discussed value scales as we thought about the skunk looking at the monochromatic black, gray, and white cat in our story. This week, we're going to actually draw an animal using a monochromatic color scheme of black, white, and gray. Let's take a look at a couple of artists who do the same using black, white, and gray only for their artwork of animals. This is artist Tatiana Arocha, a Colombian artist that works a lot in nature and also includes images of animals in a lot of her work. She says, "I employ a monochrome palette as a metaphor for the endangered natural world, using black and white interrupted by details painted in gold, glimmering reminders of human avarice and the violent cost of extractive economies." Her work asks us to think about what we as humans do to animals' habitats and why animals become endangered when their habitats are destroyed. The second artist that we are going to look at is Cristoval Zarro, an artist from Puebla, Mexico. I encountered Zarro's work when I went to eat at a restaurant in Puebla while I was at an artist residency. The images on the wall of insects were amazing, and so I decided to find out more about him. Zarro works mostly in black and white. I think this color scheme goes well with the ideas that he explores in his work about the cycles of life and death. He also thinks about people's relationship to animals and the natural world and uses that to inspire his works. I think some of his most interesting work is the work that he does around animals that people have close relationships to, such as cattle. For people, cattle can be a form of entertainment, a source of food, or a source of clothing. Now that we have seen how artists connect a monochromatic palette to their work with animals, we're going to look at some examples of animal pictures that children do using a monochromatic palette. Because you will not have color in your drawings, you're going to have to depend on the different values to distinguish different parts of your picture and make different parts stand out. Here we can see different examples of students using white, black, and gray in their animal pictures. In this example, the student didn't add any white to their picture. They used dark values, mid-tone values, and left some parts of their paper empty. Those are the white parts. For this project, you're going to choose an animal that you think would be interesting to draw in black, gray, and white. First, you will draw the outline of your animal. Second, you will shade the areas that need to be gray. Be sure to leave some places white. If you're using a pencil, you can always erase parts later to create white again. Finally, you can add black to the darkest parts of your picture. You might also add black to places where you want a lot of contrast, places that you think you want people to look at first. Try to make sure that your values are all different enough from each other and that you use as many values as you can from your value scale.